Alright, I used to pray for times like these. And it finally happened. They remade Tokyo Extreme Racer. For those of you that play this racing game, it's one of the most underrated racing games that's ever been created, in my opinion. It's one of the most unique racing games as well. For those of you that have never played it, now I get to show you what you've been missing out on. And hopefully it entices you to play the game. This is early access, by the way. As soon as I saw the game come out, I got a notification. I bought it right away, no questions asked, and I got early access to it. So whatever you see here, keep in mind there's going to be a ton more of content when it comes out. Now, I noticed that there's a skill tree. That's new. I don't believe they had that when I played this game 20 years ago. So we're gonna, start from the beginning. It's gonna be like a little tutorial that can show you guys as well. For some people, it's gonna be a refresher, and they already know. The interesting thing about this game is that it basically sticks to the highways and the main streets of Tokyo. It's gonna be two entryways, and you can't just make a U-turn anywhere you like. So whatever direction you go, you're gonna be sticking to it for a while until you can find the right route to turn around. Now, the best part about this game is its RPG aspect, which we'll cover some here. As you can see at the top, your spirit points or your health points, it's your health bar. Most other racing games do not have that. How it works is that if your opponent pulls out 25 meters ahead of you, or if you pull out in front of your opponent for 25 meters, you start attacking their life points. So you have life points, attack, defense. Those are RPG elements. And if they hit a wall or hit a car, they take damage, and so do you. Now, when I hit a wall, my acceleration takes a tremendous hit, which most of the CPU does not. So it's definitely more brutal to the player. You have to race clean. Yeah, as you can see there, I hit the wall, and you saw I took some damage there. That's my favorite part about this game. That's extremely underrated. You don't have that in Forza. Need for Speed, you have damage accumulating, but not necessarily, leading. You unlock battle points as you beat your rivals. As you can see here on the screen, it covers everything you did until you enter the garage. It's a breakdown of your wins, losses, etc. Now, battle points are everything in this game. It's your currency that's going to allow you to level up. The other nice thing about this game that, again, people that haven't played it, I love the level of detail that every rival has a backstory. It covers their car, it covers what they do, for work, and how they interact with other rivals, actually. You also have the speed trap and the segments, which I think you unlock titles for certain things, but I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed it. Now, this is the battle point skill tree or perks that you get to spend on. Again, attack, defense, RPG elements. You do more damage to your opponent's spirit points. You take less damage. This is absolutely essential to level up. Otherwise, once you get to the harder opponents, you will not be able to do enough damage right away. These are the small skills that we saw earlier that get unlocked. And the best part is that nothing is groundbreaking. Nothing is game breaking or busted. It's little perks. It could be little perks at the start of the race, little credits here and there, like 400 credits, 800 credits, nothing that will, make you kind of cheat the game and yourself. It's very minute, so it's perfect. It's just a little extra. As you can see that 4% or an 800 reduced tire wear by 20%, you can refresh your tires. We'll cover that as well. This is crucial though, the wallets, because these cars get expensive right away. You will not be able to afford the nicer cars as you progress unless you can level up your wallet. So I suggest doing that, not right away, but definitely invest in it often, and it doesn't cost as many battle points. As you can tell, you get some discounts as well, and nothing crazy there either. 8%, 10%, nothing that will make the cars basically free and make the game not challenging and not worth grinding for. As well as the machines. So you can see here you need battle points, and the best part is that if you guys saw some of the notifications, you can't just unlock them just by battle points. There's certain criteria you have to meet, like you have to beat certain people, right? Defeat Cinderella past midnight. So the game keeps almost like it tears you up. It's a leveling system like an RPG. You don't just get to go to this boss or this fight without fighting this. Same here, defeat Bloodhound, Golden Hanya. So it gives you things to grind for, and it gives you a nice progression system that you always have a shot. Even if you kind of mismanage your money, there's going to be certain ways out of it. You just have to grind more. So it's a nice leveling system. It gives you things to fight for. It gives you things to do every time. and it keeps me engaged. Now we're gonna see the tuning upgrades. As you can see, very basic. If you come from Forza, you play Forza or Corsa or any of those, intricate, this is gonna be a little underwhelming, but I enjoy the simplicity of it. It's not as stressful. Basic suspension and everything you upgrade, it allows you afterwards to tune it. So the suspension, Jesus, once you tune it, once you buy it, then you can go tune it. And again, it's going to be a little underwhelming for the people that love simulation racers. And what I noticed about this game too, the only thing I wish they upgraded a little bit as the gameplay I wish the car felt a little heavier, a little. I wanted it to be 10% more simulation. And here's your settings. Again, I told you it was going to be a little underwhelming. It's basically minute differences, but I will say this, that when I mess with them a little bit, the gear ratios or the spring rates and the brakes, etc., you can tell the difference. There is a responsiveness to it that is, you can feel it right away, basically. So that's great. It's not just for show when just to do it and you kind of get more speed without feeling it. You can feel your car be stiffer or brake harder, or depending how you want your car to feel, you could definitely mess with that. Now, is it like, it feels like an arcade-ish? I wish it, like I said, more simulation, but still, it has the original feeling of the game, so it doesn't bother me too much. We're going with the customization. There's only 3 right now, but again, keep in mind, this is early access. I'm a firm believer that they're going to add way more, because they still have cars coming in. This is just the basics, so you can get the idea of the game, get the feel of the game. And it's pretty straightforward. Now, once you upgrade, again, with your brakes, now it feeds into your customization here. It's no Forza, no Need for Speed, and it doesn't have to be. I like the basics. I like having the visual differences. That doesn't impact your performance right there, the spoiler, and that's okay. So a little bit of both, a little bit of Forza, a little bit of Need for Speed with the RPG element, and that makes this game stand out on its own and makes it one of my favorite games ever that I grinded for forever to unlock everything. And as you can tell, two sets of rims, everything like that. I believe I'm gonna change. It's gonna change, and when the game is officially out, I can make a video to show you all the differences if you guys are waiting for that in case you're not convinced. I believe the people that play Tokyo Drift are gonna, Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Extreme Racer are gonna buy it, but the people that, it's been 20 years, so a lot of you don't know a lot about this game. Now, yeah, I'm checking everything out, obviously, and this is also slightly underwhelming if you play Forza, which I played a lot of Forza. When it comes to the vinyl stuff, you could take forever. You could spend hours customizing your car. This has a decent amount, as you can see here. Obviously, certain categories have over 30 different decals. We have 53 for Art Factory. All these cool things. You could change their color. You can resize them, and you can rotate them. But that's it. It doesn't go as deep as Forza, because Forza is insane on that. You can save certain lineups. You can download. Right now, that it's fairly basic. And but it gets the job done. You can make your car look unique. You can set up all different kind of ways, add stickers, add whatever you want. It allows a little bit of flexibility, so it's pretty good. I was never the type to go too much crazy with the vinyls anyway, so if that's something that you're looking forward to, I think it has enough, and you can layer them. You can maybe get a little more creative than me, but if you're looking to skew and save presets, etc., right now I have not seen that as an option. Fantastic. The vehicles look pretty sharp, as you can see, though, and the map looked pretty good. I'm gonna keep going through all of them, but it has some cool designs. I was surprised with the dragons, the Art Factory, all that stuff is pretty clean, at least in my opinion. And it has like the Gundam. It's not a Gundam, but different art styles. I was very happy to at least they've added a lot more with that. And again, who knows, when the game gets fully released, we might be talking about maybe they add those options. They already did an update actually while it was on early access, where you look at the vehicles when you're about to buy the vehicles. It shows you a picture of the vehicle you're about to buy if you're not familiar. So, and they used to have, now in the old game, I'm pretty sure they used to have wide bodies. So I'm hoping that they bring wide bodies back. And obviously they have the custom color, not a color wheel, but custom colors. Now that we're done with basically a tutorial, you get to see that you unlock teams. And those are your rivals. And you have 2 teams, and you have things you need to do, right? Objectives, Rebirth of the Legend. So right until you discover them, it'll still tell you on the map who's who, but you don't know, obviously. So we're gonna go after Rolling Guy. We're gonna fight this team, clear that objective, and that's how you earn all your battle points. You get to spend them after. So you can see every character has a unique vehicle, and even though, for example, Rolling Guy, they only use the 8.6s. Every character, or yeah, I guess character rival, tunes there differently. So just because they'll have 8.6s doesn't mean they'll respond the same. Some people tune them more for aggressive acceleration and no top end speed. Some people look for a balanced vehicle. Some people, and he says that typically he'll say something like that when you look at their profile. Some teams only, they'll have they'll believe in all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, and they'll have different variations, but all their cars will have that. So each team has like a little belief, something that they go by that makes them unique. And once you go back here, you're gonna see that now you unlock Rolling Guy, and this is what I was talking about, car enthusiast. Those are little details that not a lot of other racing games have. It reminds me of Midnight Club 2, where everybody had their own unique personality, but it would take way too much to animate all these characters that they have in. Right now, I think it's like at least 260 rivals. That takes way too much time. But as you can see here, it gives you their job, it gives you a team, it gives you where you can find them, like C1 inner loop. So most of the time they're going to be there. So we're going to finish out the Rolling Guys here. Try and knock out that team and finish that objective. Get all the battle points. I was saving those to unlock, the upgrades. And we're going to beat the final Rolling Guy here. And another cool thing about this game, now you unlock the team leader. And that is pretty cool. They get their own intro. It's like a badass intro. It's like, hey, this is team leaders. Their cars are always a little bit faster. You're going to notice their acceleration, etc. right away. And so you're going to see he catches up pretty quick. And he does me dirty. The CPU's race super aggressive here. He does me dirty. And this is how it felt. Hands me my first loss of the game. Already got one loss. So nah, fam, we're running that back for sure. You did me dirty. Try race clean. He just spins me out. He catches up fast. So you get to run it back, and you keep a win-loss ratio. The game does. So if you're petty like me, you can see who you've had a losing record with, and go redeem yourself. And look at his acceleration. So he takes off. He's more instant acceleration typically, but I'll catch up on the higher speeds. And what you'll notice is if they race on the C1 or on these type of roads with curves, they'll have higher acceleration, but their top end speed is really lacking. And obviously this is the first team, so it's meant to be a little beatable. It's not meant to be extremely challenging. As you can see though, look at his health bar. It doesn't go down as fast, so that's where attack and defense comes in. And if you don't have a high enough, if you spend all your battle points on anything else and you don't have enough defense, when you go against those higher level drivers, your health bar will deplete so much faster. Now this parking area is crucial. It does the intro right away when you beat Rolling Guy number 1. Obviously it has the drivers there, and we'll go over the parking area because it's something you should know about. You should try and unlock all of them. It makes your life easier. That way you don't have to keep going back to the garage. So we enter here. This is what your typical parking area is going to look like. Now these exclamation points are for wanderers, which are solo riders. They're not part of the team, and they'll tell you what you need to do to unlock to race that guy, because wanderers sometimes have things you have to do. So if you want to battle with the wanderer garage, if your driver level is below 10, you won't even see him. You find those hints in the parking garage, so you want to stop there as often as possible to know what prerequisites you have to do to fight the wanderers. And then you have the regular drivers. These are drivers on teams. They tell you about their team, maybe they drop hints about their cars, etc. And then you also have versus. So it saves you time from driving around to find these guys. They rotate, but some stay steady. I've seen some wanderers that I specifically found in certain parking garages, so don't sleep on that. We'll go back, and as you can see, all the lore. You finished out a team, you get the check mark, and I love that there's backstory to this. I love that if you're interested, you can dive deep and read everybody's stories, see what they work, and there's like some fun correlations with that. If you actually read their backstory or what they do, their intro, it makes sense why they design their cars the way they design actually. And this game, let's see. By the way, yeah, you can buy the team leader's car, which is pretty sick. But they're extremely expensive, as you can see, 5 mil right off the bat. Now, once you hit those certain prerequisites, you get to fight a boss. Now, typically you have to beat some teams, certain teams, and once you beat those, you get to fight a boss. This one, obviously, is your first boss. You beat Rolling Master. They make it pretty straightforward. And if a team leader is fast, a boss is even faster. Some of these bosses don't even make sense. I've been destroyed by this one boss where I had to sit there and be like, how is this going to be even possible to beat? And it gets cooler at the end. You're going to see certain bosses. I don't want to give any away too much information, but they'll have auras. Let's just say that. You'll notice a boss's aura. And it's sick that they added that effect, let's say, without giving away too much. But it's definitely intimidating when you first see it. It's like, damn, bro, his whole car has an aura. As you can see, he tries to do me a little dirty. That's all right. And his health goes extremely slow. He catches up. They're very fast, and this is your first boss. So again, it should be fairly doable. I love this city, by the way. I know some people aren't blown away by the graphics. I think it looks like a 90s anime. I'm suckered in. I'm all in for this game. But it might not be for everybody. But I love that their graphics are simple, nostalgic. It hits me. I played this game 20 years ago. This hits me right in my heartstrings. And the storyline of this game is based, like, I think 4 years after Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. So you get to see a lot of references to the old teams that you beat. The Rings, the 13 Devils, sick name, the 9 Phantoms, etc. This is the boss's car, and this too is actually available for purchase. So some of those boss's cars have unique upgrades or unique bodies. But like I said, you have to upgrade your wallet a lot to be able to buy the higher end ones. 5 mil right now, you wouldn't have 5 mil. You couldn't even collect 5 mil. Your cap, I think, when you start the game is 3.5. As you can see, we unlocked even more. You progress the game. I'll show you a little bit more of the map there. You can see on the bottom, it's like the long highway, the straightaway. So if you race on that section, you definitely want to tune your car for top speed as well. And the nice thing is that when you click on certain things you're trying to find, it takes you to that driver. As you can see, I click Trans Drive, it takes me to her where you have to be. I click there, it shows you the nearest entrance to go to that person. And this is what I'm talking about. You see the crossovers. You have to be careful. If you start down there, there's not a way to make a U-turn if your rival's going the other way. That was a quick wrap up. I'm just showing you a little bit more of the highway fight. I think the game is beautiful. Would I give it a 10 out of 10? No. Like I said, the racing is a little bit of the feel of the car. I would like it to feel a little heavier, like it has a little more mass. But other than that, it's been a fantastic game that's completely unique to anything else. The storyline aspect of it, the lore aspect of it, the fact that it is a cross to an RPG makes it completely unique and stand on its own. I love it. I want to support a company that released a game for $30. That's unheard of today, especially with companies that are trying to sell you, quadruple A titles for $100. Grand Theft Auto is going to be like $100 and subscription based on all that stuff. No, $30. Here's a full game. I mean, I spent like 20 hours on this game just playing the early access. Who knows how much more you have left. So it's been completely a blast to have it back, and I wanted to make a YouTube video, especially for people that haven't played the game, that never heard about it since its 20-year hiatus. Now you get to see something that's completely unique, relaxing. There's no multiplayer yet. And you can just sit back, enjoy, and grind through a game. If you like grinding and unlocking things and working for things, this is the game for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys try the game out.